So I just wanted to make a short video, and I know it's not a good holiday video, but I think I needed to talk, and it's just I just I just don't understand why people go out of their way to make you feel like you're the worst thing in the entire world. I I don't know. I worked so hard to be loved by my family my entire life. It got to the point that I have autistic burnout, and I've had an autistic burnout for years and years and years. And no matter how hard I tried, my family still doesn't love me. Well, my grandparents did, but my grandparents passed away. And so I am all alone all the time. I really work hard so that I won't ever be dependent on my family again. And I work overtime and all the days. So, as I don't have to spend my holidays with my family, because every time I spend holidays with my family, I'm reminded how much less I am compared to my brothers, how much less I am compared to everyone else, because I don't have kids, because I don't have a partner, because I don't have a family, because I have nobody. And every single day since my brother was born, my dad started beating me and abusing me and my mom, and he never loved me. He says he does, but he hates everything about me, every single thing that makes me me. He doesn't even know me. And I don't even want him to love me as much as my brother. I just want him to let me be myself and not hate me, or if he hates me, to leave me alone. And they make me feel guilty for staying away from my family, and but I I rather stay alone and away from my family than being reminded me that they'll never love me. And if they love me, they love an idea of me. They don't love me. So today I work. I'm working holidays like I always do. And every Christmas, it's my dad's Christmas tradition. He, even when I went to his Christmas, this one Christmas I even didn't spend with my mom, and she spent alone because my dad, he is needy. And that Christmas I went to my dad's. My brother wasn't with him, he was with his girlfriend. My other brother was he lives uh in another city. I was the only one with my dad, and it's like every Christmas he says something like that. But that particular Christmas, it really hurt me because I went out of my way to be with him, even though I was feeling guilty about leaving my mom alone, and he told and I told him, you know what? My brother is I told him he was working, he was with his girlfriend, and my other brother was with his family and his mother, and I told him, you know what? Even if he was upset that my brothers didn't call him, so I told him, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and call them? And he he did, and he was really happy about talking to my brothers. And then he turns to me after I told him to call my brothers, remind them how much they're loved and that he misses them. He was so happy about, how my brothers responded. And then he turns to me, which I was the only one there with him. And he said, you know, there's something about you. You know, you're not like your brothers. There's something rotten about you. You're like a wild beast, something bicho do mato. That's what he calls me. There's something about you. You're not like your brothers. There's something rotten about you. There's that I I'll never forget that. And and it's like, okay, you don't have to tell me that you hate me. Can at least pretend, even if you don't love me as much as you love my brother, you can at least pretend that you don't hate me. And if you don't like me, why do you demand me to love you and be there for you and make me feel guilty about spending the holidays alone and working and ignoring my family when the only reason I want to be alone and spend the holidays alone is so that I'm not reminded that my family doesn't love me. They may say they love me, but they treat me like I am some sort of undesirable thing, and I don't want to feel like that. I prefer to feel alone than feeling that I'm undesirable. I'm sorry, I'm not making sense. Than feeling that I'm undesirable. And uh, it's just like, okay, you don't love me, but why do you want me to go there? Why do you want me to talk to you? Why would you leave me alone if you don't love me? Just let me live my life. I know I'm autistic, and I know I don't like phone calls, and I know that I isolate myself. But there was a time I tried to be there for my family. That I they went over and beyond, even though my family didn't match the effort. But I can't anymore, and I'd rather be alone than feeling undesirable, unloved, because it's being autistic every single day. Already, I feel that society doesn't want me, and then I don't belong anywhere. I don't want it to be told in words by my own family. It's like, why, if I'm so undesirable, do you want me to go there? Why am I a bad person for not talking to someone who keeps reminding me that I'm inferior? The only reason I don't talk to my family is because when I talk to them, they make it clear that I'm not like them and that I'm not loved like them. So why do they want to interact with me if they don't love me for me? And even if they love me, they love the idea of me, how they perceive me, not who I really am. And I just can't take it anymore. I'd rather I'd rather spend my Christmas alone working. I'd rather spend all my holidays working than being reminded how much less I am compared to everyone else. How much, even though I really want a family and have kids, how much I failed because I don't have kids, and how I am ungrateful because I don't see my niece every day. I love my niece, she's adorable, but I just can't go to toxic environments just to see my niece and deal with my father hating me and my brother gaslighting me. I love my brother, but his opinion on autism isn't the best one, and I don't know. It's just like I can't take being told that I'm less than everyone else in my family. And I know I probably am, but you don't need to rub it in and remind me. I mean, I feel alone, and it's horrible to be alone, but it's better to be alone than be constantly reminded that you're undesirable. And it hurts like hell that you can't have a conversation with your family without your family reminding you how much inferior you are compared to everyone else. And I mean, I'm autistic. I don't like phone calls. And maybe part of it is due to the fact that the phone calls that I get are not the most pleasant ones. But I've always dreaded phone calls, and I'm not into phone calls. And how do you want me to interact with you when every single interaction is to remind me how much you despise me? And it's like they make me feel guilty for not seeking contact and for isolating myself. But when I go there, they treat me like I'm not part of the family. And I don't know why they want to keep this relationship and why they insist on contacting me when every time they talk to me, it's a bad interaction. And I call my family usually in holidays and stuff just out of courtesy. But I know every single time that I do, I'll always regret it. This time, it was still early, and so my dad actually contacted me first, and I didn't have time to prepare for the mental impact of how he was going to talk to me. So I'm not doing that well because it's never good to be reminded how much of a burden to society you are, and it hurts because all I wanted was not even for him to love me like he loves my brother. It's for him not to hate me. All I ask is for my dad not to hate me. And it's really painful. And, well, at least I am independent and I don't depend on anyone for anything. Um, I don't need anyone. I pay my own bills, my own expenses. But it just hurts that every single interaction ends up with me feeling like this. And I apologize for this video, but I think I needed to talk. And not all autistic people are loved, and not all autistic people can find somewhere they belong. And the media glamorizes it, and everyone is glamorizing it. And no, the reality is nobody owes you anything. You're not owed love, you're not owed anything, and we are all alone in this world. All we can ask for is some dignity and for people not to hate us, but it's really hard when even your own family calls you, reminding you that you're not really part of this world, that you'll always be on the margins of society, and they don't even accept that I'm autistic. They think it's excuses, even though I have a valid diagnosis. And it's really, I don't know what to do. Because no matter how hard I try, I can't even get some empathy from them. And it's weird because they accuse me of not being empathetic, but I gave everything, my entire life, to my family, and now I'm going my own way and doing my own thing. I just wish they respected my space and didn't try to force interactions when the interactions are not positive to me and for my mental health. And it took me years to learn to create boundaries and my own space. And I'm really sorry I'm crying, and I just needed to talk because there's a real sad reality about being autistic. Sometimes people don't tell and don't see is that not all families will understand you or try to love you. They just make assumptions and demands, and they never try to meet you halfway, and it hurts.